Hello. No, it's not. Okay, now it is. Now my mic's working. There was no reason that, okay. I'm start it like this, but sorry. I'm pissed off. For many reasons. So I started my day scrolling TikTok because I'm a grown man, and that's how you start your day. You start scrolling TikTok. And the first thing I see is a TikTok with Josh in his not his old apartment, not his first apartment, but his second apartment. And it said, "Rest in peace, Josh Saunders." And I was like, okay, this has got to be some type of a troll. So I don't think much about it. And I have to go to work. So I go to work, but it's on my mind, right? So I randomly, during a break time, take out my phone and like look up, you know, Josh Faye Sanders, King Cobra, you know, did he die? Well, whatever. Death. And yeah, Oil City News did a whole write up on him, and apparently he did. And like, you know, immediately you think it's a troll because the ongoing troll with Josh was always, you know, Ozzy. People saying Ozzy died and stuff, of course. And so, you know, it's like a Pavlovian response. It's like you just assume it's not real. So, and it's surreal because my last first drinking stream, I was pretty wasted because I was, you know, I started, you know, as after I got done with my coffee, started drinking on the weekend because, you know, I'm taking care of my house and doing chores and stuff. And I think I was live streaming by about like 1 a.m. and, you know, empty stomach and a whole lot of crispy boys in there. And I do a shitty video about it. And I even said like a life review. I don't watch these. I don't even know if the connectivity held up because I was on the Wi-Fi and now I'm hardwired to my lawn. But anyway, yeah, I like put title it King Cobra Life Review so far because sadly, uh, lately, as of late, when Josh moved from his apartment, was removed from his apartment, kicked out of his apartment, to his new living situation, which was like a modular home in a mobile home court, I believe. I mean, that's what it looked like to me, even though in the news article and what Clint uh, posted in his announcement video to it, which I was thinking about watching, and I'm glad I didn't like live react to it because I wouldn't have wanted done that. I would have felt bad. It's I teared up a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you about somebody I've never met in my life and whatever. I just felt so bad for him. But anyway, they said apartment, and I think that's why I thought it was a bunch of just the trolls messing around because he's not he wasn't in an apartment. He was in a clearly like some type of modular home, a double wide or whatever in a trailer park thing. So it's kind of a misnomer saying he was in an apartment. But speaking of his apartment, um, and I was watching the Kiwi tapes live of those guys kind of you know, drinking in his memory and lamenting. They mentioned that they thought it was a troll too. Um, shit, I totally lost my train of thought. Um, was I gonna say? Shit. Damn. Anyway, uh, oh god, bring it back. Bring it back. That they thought it was a troll too, and but yeah, I went to Reddit and I saw the comments, and I was like, oh wow. Even like Red Scare had a post about it, and I was like, okay, this is real. And yeah, it's just really sad. I don't know. I remember getting into him way back in the day. I was an early adopter of YouTube since day one, the first year actually. And it's funny because like my family's kind of getting on YouTube. It's like after all these years. But anyway, but what really got me into King Coves was like channels like Seizure Robot and Bite Size Cobra Vids. And oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say about Kiwi Tapes was the whole idea of like what is a fan and what is a troll, and what is mean spirited and what is a fan. And I was thinking about it like all day. I couldn't even concentrate. I was listening to my podcast and I couldn't even concentrate because I was just thinking about the reality of this, and how like there's love there, even though like there's criticism and uh good natured ribbing and stuff. Like that's kind of like how dudes show love is busting balls, right? So in a way you could say like these channels that were huge, uh talking about Josh and contextualizing Josh in their videos, um it's, you might say they're mean spirited and whatnot, but they're not though. Obviously, sometimes people just think criticism and they go, "Oh, that's negative and bad," and it's not. It's just like that's like how dudes show love is busting balls. And let's face it, Josh uh, was a funny dude, and I think that's what drew drew what people drew to him. Anyway, I had so much I wanted to say, and now I'm blanking. Go figure. It's all right though. Um, but yeah, that was rough to see uh Clint's message, and I guess also too, I'm glad I didn't live react to it too because I guess he deleted it, which I guess I could see why he might do that because maybe he felt a little too silly doing it. But I loved it, you know. You go through the gauntlet of emotions when you're grieving, and yeah, I mean, he kept it together. I I love that he held Satan. That was funny. Yeah. Um, I don't know, but I don't. It's just weird because like literally, it's funny because like uh last night and a couple nights ago, I was like, I'm gonna do a drinking stream and watch, because I got this in my head that I was gonna start just watching King Cobra videos because I relate to him as a neurodivergent. He also had ADHD. I have ADHD unmedicated. I think he was unmedicated too, which that's a whole video in and of itself. Like, would he have done better on ADHD medications? I don't know, but uh, man, sorry, I'm tired too and a little drunk. So, but I wanted to go through a post I saved But first, I need to get another beer. I'm gonna watch the Trapped documentary. That's what I'm watching tonight. Usually I watch stupid movies and drink a few beers before I go to bed, but I've never seen the Trapped documentary. I watched the Now It's a Party and the Native Son one, Empire of Dirt, I believe. But I never watched the Trapped documentary all the way through, so I already need to use the bathroom and get another beer, so we're gonna do that.
My name's Jared Brown. I know Josh from right here. A way cool dude. Really into tobacco. And he's just a straight up cool dude. Man, I did 3 tours in Iraq with the Marine Corps. And I sized him up. And I like that dude. He's good stuff. So now I'm getting out. And I'm dealing dope. Of course, I can cook, whatever. It don't matter. But I'm running cocaine and marijuana from California up into Dayton and Cincinnati, Ohio. I get pinched up out there. But I got a badass lawyer from these dudes, the Dayton Outlaws. I moved around. I didn't get in trouble.
Oh, $20, so I gotta make it. Yeah, ooh. Jaeger. 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 Well, get that guy at the box, and then he'll be really happy with you. Take it in your hand, sorry. I know what's fresh, it's making my handy. Thank you. Thank you. That's why Liquor Shade's awesome, their customer service. How are you? Well, let's get to work at Wendy's, and then I'm on lobby all the time, so I work the lobby, and when it comes to like customers coming for a rush, I'm stacked up with trays and all kinds of crap, so I'm working my ass out to make sure that lobby looks good. So by the time I leave, the next person in the lobby doesn't have too much of a job. It makes your job easier. But towards the end of my stay at Job Corps, it got pretty bad. And it was just stress every day. You just pray somebody's just in God that it would just cease and desist, but it wouldn't. I met Stephanie at Job Corps, and I managed to convince her to stay. I said, "Look, Stephanie, I fucked up at Job Corps. You have a chance to make something of yourself. I'm taking the harder route here, trying to get famous on YouTube. So I figure, if she gets a job working with a computer, she'll make enough money, and then we can live together. And how much I'll make." Yeah, go ahead, have a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know how bad the lag is right now, but it looks bad on my studio side, but let me see what my connectivity is doing. Says excellent. Okay. Maybe it's still my computer issue, but I don't know. I'm going to actually review this, and if it sucks, I'm going to just delete it, whatever. So
That's all I need. Just it.
Yep.
Like 40% codeine.
Well, today at Wendy's, we had a pretty gnarly ass rush, and I was like, my mom just gave me $20 to babysit my sister, the one night. So $20. I'm like, oh, sweet. I know I'm doing after booze. And, you know, if I'm doing something that's not appropriate or that concerns him, you know, he'll give me a lecture. Well, like the one video I had, or I was fighting a demon. I had the gun pointed to my head. And, you know, some videos I call my coworkers cunts because I was kind of mad at what they were doing. And then I'm going to shoot up a place or some shit. I'm like, no, that's not the case. I mean, if I'm angry, I prefer to express myself through, like,
See me sleep. Wake up in snow with nothing, nowhere to go, nobody to love you, and then have to make money, move around.
it is the struggle of life.
You get dealt a hand. Shit, look out. I'm a boss man. I walk down the street and fuck the baddest pussy you ever seen in your life. There's no feelings.
Pussy is pussy, man. I mean, before I was a virgin, before I lost my virginity, I was like, what's the big deal? It's like, oh, that's it? I mean, it's great in the moment, but after that, it's just like, oh, it's just sex.
I hit you one time and it's done. I go to jail, dude. That's how sorry life just got for me. Where the fuck you at? I go to jail every day. Where the fuck you at? Punk ass bitch. Shit. Nut up or get fucked up. Nut up or get fucked up. That's what's up today.
That was him. Wareheim meme where his brain explodes, and that's where That's What's Up came from, I guess. What a different style change from throughout the years, man. I wonder if that's an ADHD thing. I've always been pretty consistent with my style, which is I don't have one. So
Well, you're in Casper, you know, there ain't much to do. You know, you go out to the mall and kind of bullshit around the shops, kind of looking see what they got, and then, or you go to like the duck ponds, or you go bowling, or you go to Dory Lou's, and that's about it, you know. That was really good. No, one of them would be Tombstone with Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell. It's really good. Some Jailhouse Acid, and I ate it too, but that's like toothpaste and an orange. I like all the movies. Pink Floyd, The Wall is fucking amazing. Yeah, you put toothpaste on an orange. There's the chemicals in the orange juice and the chemicals in the toothpaste with fluoride and orange juice creates a mild form of acid. Yeah, I got used to it. I mean, the high didn't last nearly as long when I got used to it. My friend Forrest ate some and fucker was gone. He was like, you know, seeing, sound, hearing colors and all kinds of crazy shit. He comes back to the dorm at job point. He's like, what just happened? I'm like, you were gone for like a couple of hours, dude. What happened? He's like, I don't know, dude. And then he had to talk with the counselor because I think he said he might have scared somebody that was walking off in the woods when they were supposed to. I'm like, oh, jeez. I'm trying to get this, I don't know how much it's going to cost to build. So, you know, once that music takes off and I'm making money with a record company that trusts me, I trust him, et cetera. And then I start looking at, okay, what kind of house do I want? Because I don't have to live in the smallest apartment anymore. I can have a bigger house. You want to cut the camera off?
Okay. I know Josh through Chris. Even though Chris hates me, I chill with him and Chris all the time because they're pretty tight. Like, we go see races and stuff, and I start rap battling with that big guy, Chris. Yeah, I did shit in a trash can, and I didn't even wipe.
You're me reeling.
Yo, check it, lick it like Matt Pickett. I have the power for some ecstasy. I do my 2 doses of ecstasy. After I show you my legacy, I pop my 2 pills. I do it with my Seroquels. I make sure everybody jeans because I know I'm a Mexican bean.
Not good. Nothing good is happening right now.
I'm not gay, so
I weigh 160.
And I weigh 140 pure muscle.
Nice.
And,
He's 10 and he's 13.
I haven't quite made it yet, but I'm making a YouTube show about beatboxing. So if you guys want to hit me up, I'll just email the people who want to hit me up. Email me at yahoo.com. All right. My name's Talon Johnson.
I was on junior high when I discovered creating a filter myself. I didn't really fit in very well with other kids. You know, I found with goth, I could be accepted for who I was, for my misunderstood self, and then not have like people judge me because there are people with similar stories and whatnot. My friend Chris gave it to me. I'm like, you never know what's just gonna go down. Some crazy guy comes up, I want to kick your ass. I'm like, okay, I got a knife. What now? I got a gun. Okay. The thing about guns though is that if you learn how to shoot one, you run out of ammo. It's like, okay, you're fucked. While you reload, they'd be like, oh, take your gun, your ammo, and shoot you, and then you run off. You're like, what, officer? It was self-defense. And if it doesn't work, I'd be like, it was the voices in my head, and start eating my poop in the courtroom. And of course, I was drinking some Jaeger last night. My dad goes, you're drunk. I'm like, I'm not drunk. I'm a little tipsy, but I'm not drunk. I mean, that's like, bullshit, you're not drunk. I'm like, I'm not. He's like, well, you're certainly not sober. And then the whole time my dad's drinking a beer. It's like...
That's that is interesting because during the whole, like, I've heard like the debate of like, is Clint a bad like Josh alluded to, like, maybe Clint also kind of was a bit of a drinker. So that's interesting. Also, I knew what I wanted to say about Kiwi tapes. I lost the thought and I really, my brain slipped a gear, but when they were talking about like how Josh really started going downhill was kind of when he was out of his apartment. So again, he was out of his apartment. He started going downhill when he got into his like double wide trailer, and I feel like he was more isolated during this period. I've been continually watching him for a few years now, and after now got him kicked out of his apartment, he's in this double wide and he's more isolated. Like, people would actually stop by. He had Down the Hill Dave, he had Homeboy Ian, you know. People just seemed to stop by him. He seemed less isolated, at least in his lives and in his videos. So he definitely seemed like he's so desperate he let Warlord back into his life. So yeah, that was all I wanted to say about that.
Plutonium turds. You Rusty, he's a Cobra sock puppet. Yeah, I stick my hand up him and make him talk. Like, you like pristine Cobras, don't you, Josh? Shut up, Rusty. Bestiality. Shut up, Rusty.
He looks so good, man. It wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, these Jaeger bottles, the lid doesn't stay on very well once it breaks, but oh well.
He just looks so rough this past few years.
That tops that off.
He loves tobacco.
Pot tobacco's a lot better when you're shit-faced. If you wear a belt, you wouldn't have to hold your pants up. Ow! Cop bust him with the bruised face. Bet you wish you would wear a belt now, huh? Ah, shit. Well, smoking a pipe's quite nice in this colder weather, man. That bowl gets real hot. It's like, oh. My first job was a paper route. I think I was 12 or 13 years old. I had that job for a couple of years, and then I quit the job to join wrestling season. I wrestled, yeah, and never again. Oh god, that's gotta be the gayest sport ever. What's your dude holding each other to the mat in singlets, man? It's like what's that from porno, for fuck's sake? And then you got wrestle these chicks in the singlets too, man, and he gets a boner and gets disqualified. What the fuck is that shit, man? You sit there like you're in class and some chick's got a thong hanging. It's like, oh, boing, and then next thing you know, you're like wrestling them. It's like, oh shit, I think he prematurely creamed himself. He gets that. It's like a boner, it's like a wet spot. It's like you're just qualified for chasing your singlet. Oh, come on, that's completely unfair. That's life. I don't recall ever winning any matches unless the person forfeited because I couldn't have my glasses on while I wasn't wrestling. It's just risk for my glasses. So, but I'd listen to Cradle of Filth on my little iPod shuffle, the one I had at the time before I would match and get pumped up for the match, you know. But I walk into the locker room and I'm getting changed, and my pubes are so thick at the time. They're like, Saunders, there's a bear attacking your crotch. I'm like, oh, really? Wow. Up with a razor, which kind of sucks because you got a nick on your ball sack. It like hurts like hell. So I started using like a little buzzer I got, and that makes it much easier and much more efficient. So I keep my shit trimmed down there. I remember this time I was a senior my senior year in high school. I just gotten over this flu I had, and my friend pulls out this pipe, for pot, and it's the biggest pipe I've seen so far that I smoked out of. He's like, "You want some weed?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want some weed." I was so fucking stoned off my ass. I'll walk in, and I'm still a little sick. I'll start shaking, and the teacher's like, "Do you want to go to the principal's office? You're shaking." I'm like, "Nah, that's okay." So I put on some Pink Floyd, start tapping my foot, get into it, and then I go to take a shit, right? And I think I have a fucking worm. But what's happening is the shit's going in and out of my asshole. It's not coming out all the way. And I'm sitting there stoned off my mind going, oh, fuck, I got a tapeworm. What the fuck is this? I finally squeeze the fucker out, and the poop's about like that round. I'm like, are you serious? And I started laughing my ass off. That blew my mind. I got back to class in this last hour of school, and the high wore off, and it was just chill. But my friend Chris picked me up, and I started drinking. Yeah, And my friend Chris, he's driving in his van, and we clipped the back end of an antelope. What the fuck did we hit? I don't know. Shit. And then we look, and there's an antelope. I'm like, oh, damn. We hit an antelope. Dude.
Yeah. I lived in Billings, Montana for like a year and plus. Antelope are everywhere, especially in the Badlands, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming. They're basically like what white-tailed deer are in the Midwest. Is like they're everywhere. I almost hit a lot myself. Imported from Africa for game hunters. Now they're a pestilence.
I get my friend Chris a sandwich, and I'm like, I want to put this thing out of its fucking misery. My friend Chris is like, we'll call somebody. We called it in. They said, well, it's nothing to worry about because they're doing that with your car. Like, okay. And we were across the street from the Wildlife Museum sign. This museum hosts like stuffed animals for like display and shit. And I had that sick idea. We should put that on the fence and tie it down next to the wall. We never got a chance to do it because there's too much traffic, right? So we end up leaving it there. Go to a buddy's house. This guy passed by. You want it? Nah, okay. We come back, and my friends, they took it and they butchered it in the driveway and washed out the blood off and stuff, and they took it in a bag. And my friend, he dumps the antelope in his ex-girlfriend's front yard. Crap, so I probably shouldn't have said that. And so we wake up the next day, and he he was the prime suspect, and they never charged him with anything because all the shit was clean. I'm like, oh my god, drinking stories. And I can remember too, I had to piss really bad, so I started peeing all over the dead, like literally stuck my ass in his face and farted. And then I
Classic
peed all
gag.
over it, and then I fucking peed on it. But I tried fucking stabbing with the samurai sword to put out his misery. It jumps up sad, but I can't help but laugh my ass off because I'm drunk. Yeah, it was a couple months ago actually.
Kind of a messed up story I never heard about. I think Caesar Robot talked about him peeing on a deer, but I guess it was an antelope.
Code crack. Oh, check out the cobras, dude. Oh, that is fucking sick. Hell yeah.
I love his condom hat. His condom head hat. It's so opposite the pie high hat.
Nighttime's just being awake all night, just pondering life. It's so quiet.
The man loves tobacco.
Because I've gotten so drunk, I woke up like covered in vomit, pants are on, I didn't go have my underwear on, my shirt. No, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh damn, what happened last night? I'm not much of a people person. Carpet, yeah.
Speaking of pizza, I got 2 pizzas. Plenty of beer for tonight. In honor of the Cobes.
Whoa! Some high power ejaculation right there. Damn, the shotgun's just a kick to it. You go take a pic. Rock and roll! Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. No, like when I was growing up, man, I'd tell my parents I'd never smoke cigarettes and do drugs. Now look at me now. Drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes. Yay! Yay! So, cigarettes. Yay! Fucking watch it. I'm a hypocrite from hell and back. I don't. Oh, you watch porn hands like that's kind of glamorized by porn. You know, the gay men. Hey, man, can we interview you? I'm on a documentary for YouTube. What? Oh no, it's just another brick in the wall. So you remember Kyle and Katie? That's how you know me, right?
That is exactly Kyle and Katie. I haven't seen in a while.
I haven't seen them in a while either, man.
What they're in.
They got 2 kids now. Holy shit.
I know, and they're in like Oklahoma or some shit.
Alabama or some shit.
I have not seen your YouTube videos.
The thing is, I have friends who do basketball. They don't do that shit. I think it's a conspiracy. The government experiment got horribly wrong. They're trying to cover it up with the whole phony war on drugs.
You know what? If you're gonna fuck a dead person, at least try to get something out of it. Okay. I mean,
like something that's intact. Like, you're not just like skull fucking someone, like literally the skull in your dick.
If I want to be a necrophiliac, I'll just grab myself some vagina from wherever because it's gonna be just as good. Because you know what? Toys don't make noise. Neither do necrophiliacs. What? You know, I actually know a person who claims he's a necrophiliac. Yeah.
He came out of the casket.
I've met him once or twice. He's actually my girlfriend's friend, but I've met him once or twice. He's a really cool guy, kind of on the weird side. Dead serious.
I just
He actually ready for it.
Oh, so it's a Russian order bride. Tasteless.
Usually, when me and Josh hung out, we were with Katie, and we really didn't do a whole lot.
Just kind of smoke pot and listen to Pink Floyd.
That's about what we did. Yeah. We just sat around.
Call of Duty, zombies.
That's my boss.
Rock and roll!
This black guy dies and he goes up to heaven and God gives him his wings. And he looks at God and he goes, God, does this make me an angel? And God goes, nah, nigga, you're a bat.
I've had a number of ghost things. definitely confirmed my belief in them. I used to live in Tahoe, and we were going to church for Easter, and this is back when I still somewhat believed in all that. And I got down on the altars and I prayed. We see Jesus Christ walk in, and about 2 seconds later, he came in just like the ghosting encounters, just before I even had a ghosting encounter. Any encounters like that. He came in, white gown, red thing, smile, so the station turned left, and no one, saw him but me, because they're all like waiting for the service to start. They're kind of sitting there, and I sat there like, holy shit, I just saw Jesus Christ. And then I talked to my grandma, told her that, and she just kind of smiled like, oh.
From what I remember, Caesar Robot in the Snake Bones podcast talking about like how Josh thought he saw Jesus in church. So I guess this is it. Interesting.
Personally, I think it's the power of belief that causes me to see it. You see him walk. Because the mind is a very powerful tool. Now, if you can convince yourself of one thing, you can make it happen. And that's sort of the foundation of my religion. If you can convince yourself and believe in it enough, it'll come true and it'll happen. And I've seen my religion take flight in certain activities, like G-balls. Well, I was at Job Corps one time, and I started talking about G-balls and what they're about. He was in his bed, because we had bunk beds, one took here, going this way, that way, then one took over here. Got up here, I threw a G-ball, and it was like, and I had these Asian kids that came, and they both actually hit their face, and they were like, what do you miss? Why by that? And then, so the guy felt the G-ball, feeling sleepy, getting a headache. So I'll be like staring at something and not realize it's just kind of bullshit in the breeze, and I know where boom, just moves. I've seen it happen. Like I was in the quiet room in Job Corps, which is basically where the computers and the phones are, for outside communication. And I remember staring at the phone, waiting to call, and I don't know where the phone just goes. And people are like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there going, holy shit, I actually did that. I don't know. It's a weird feeling that goes through me when stuff like that happens, because I'm no longer focusing on it. It just kind of happens. And then it just happens in the second layer. It's like, holy shit. And I kind of zone off. And it's weird. But, well, I had this symbol and this symbol. I drew them all. I just became obsessed with them. And then one day, I joined them. And it was like an opening to a new doorway, if you will, metaphorically speaking. And I'm like, that's my symbol. That's the symbol of the religion. And it spoke to me. And I've been obsessed with it. And I got a tattoo on my arm when I was 18. Okay, you got mind, body, spirit, and energy, belief, and then intertwined with each other and back into itself. Basically, that's the elements for the power and all that. I got a knife and I carved myself a pentagram in my stomach. It's kind of faded now. It's misunderstood like myself.
Hell yeah.
Stress kicking my ass. Holy shit, I got massive nicotine buzz. The way I dress, people don't take what I have to say seriously because they think I'm some kind of thug, because that's how society is. They're judgmental. That guy, it's the way I dress. People perceive me as some kind of thug or some freak or weirdo. I'm a freak and I'm a weirdo, but I'm not necessarily a thug. If anything, I'm trying to stay out of trouble with dress, and that's how they perceive you as a person. It's just how society is. Like if you're in a bar and you see a risque dressed woman, most guys see her as a one-night stand. Now she could be just going out to have fun, dressing real sexy, real risque, just get attention or whatever. But the first impression of someone, usually people judge by how they dress. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it saves lives, because people, are like that. It's like, do I trust this person? So for all I could be working at a nursing home or some shit. No, I'm working at Wendy's. You see some guy in a fancy ass suit, drives a real nice car. You think, oh, this guy's a well-to-do member of society. He makes lots of money, obviously. He could be a fucking sociological psychopath, serial killer, and you wouldn't even know it because you're too busy focused on his outside, not his inside. A natural thing, people will often fear what they don't understand. Sometimes you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, but also because, karma will pay you back for it. You don't know when, and the thing is, I don't expect it to pay me back right away. I just know that I gotta go with karma when I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't do it because of the karma. I do it because it's the right thing to do. You know, it shows people that there are people in America that still care. It's not just some ratty shithole consumed by corporate greed and money and power, political power, basically.
Irony. It certainly is. The irony.
I mean, yeah, I can sit here and preach, don't be so judgmental, but it won't do any good because people are people, you know. You just live your life day to day and hope for something good to come out of it. If nothing happens, oh well, tomorrow's another day. Fuck, my bike's a piece of shit. I almost died there. I want to make a catastrophe. I got chills, they're multiplying. And I'm losing control. John Travolta can suck my dick. You probably would too. Wow. Another actor or actress claims to be gay. I'm really not that shocked. I mean, I don't care if he's gay, man. He's a good actor, so fuck it. Dumpster baby. Euphoric. Ooh. Fast food followed by cigarettes. Yep. It's unhealthy. It's the American way. Yay. What time is it? Adventure time. What? Oh, regular show is funny. I like regular show. I popped a string! What's going on? It's called a grocery store, you douchebags. What'd you say, bitch? Oh, dude. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought, motherfucker. Got the King Cobra. Get some, bitch. Oh. You know, people who have Asperger's now and they're born with it, it's more easily diagnosed than it was when I was born. Because back then they had no idea what it was. I'm going from doctor to doctor. Josh is schizo. Josh is this. Josh is that. I'm your friend. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I went there, Chucky. I went there. What now? What now, Chucky? What now? And 12 years later, my grandmother, my dad's mom, sends my dad an article. Says, "You heard of Asperger's?" He goes, "No, what is it?" And grandmother sends him the article. It's, oh my God, that's Josh Stewart T. Holy shit. And then it had a thing that said, things not to do when raising children with Asperger's. My dad did those things. Random mood swings. At one minute, I'm like, I'm calm, but a minute ago, I was like, you know, but. Yeah.
This is really well done, I gotta say. But I guess Trapped really, where this guy is, didn't want to do a follow-up with Josh. They never worked together again. And Caesar always talks about, like, the dude doesn't really talk about him, Josh, anymore. I definitely see a possibility for, like, a legitimate, like, man. This.
Hi guys, how are y'all doing?
Ooh, that sounds naughty.
I mean, I don't know.
Nice, very nice. Oh, I wonder what it does. It's just like a giant snake, just like, oh.
Josh loves snakes.
Oh, yeah, Chucky. I'm your friend. Wanna play? Holy shit, busted! It would not mind. Oh, you need to take it by one of them and be like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? A cease and desist. I was detained, man. I'm sure you go into like the Halloween dances at your school. It's like, holy shit. There's enough cleavage in here to have a parade. Oh my god. Nice to meet you. My name is Dr. King Cobra. Oh man. I got my eye on you. Oh, that's no, that's cool. The chop shop. Not for cars either. I'd like to thank the Academy for accepting me. Whoa. Those petrified eyeballs. It's weird. It's like Neversoft logo. Wranglers are like, they're like cowboy jeans, but fuck, I don't care. They're black and they're comfortable. I'm really a cowboy, but.
Oh no, we good to go. Do whatever I want to. See this? I think we just got him. He was right up here in this motherfucking parking lot. When them big black trucks picked me up, and the dude just happened to roll on scene. I mean, it was like, dude, it's like, man, I mean, everything.
Yeah.
It was when DCI comes up in the scene.
Yeah.
Shit. And then my boys, man. I know a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. But anyways, no shit, that's badass.
I like it.
Yeah, this is choker chain right here.
He got the camera, he's got the vodka and the weed. What the fuck are you guys doing? What shit makes you so special?
Josh at all.
I'm going in your life.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
He had a clown horn on his handles. It's adorable.
Yeah, I'm a devil worshiper, I guess. Oh, yeah. You walking around with a pound of fucking tobacco. How much weed you got on you? Smoke a bowl.
I don't got any weed on me.
You need some weed, dude?
Wouldn't mind some, yeah.
You got money?
I don't.
I ain't hard to find, man. I'm homeless, so I stay in the mission, so.
Yeah.
Just buy some fucking Royal Inn motel, dude. Yeah, I just fucking moved in 2 days ago because my old lady threw me out. Came out here because my old lady. So I fucking broke up with her and she threw me out right after I paid the rent.
Vacation rent, see ya.
I went to the shelter and shit.
Oh, this is Caesar Robot. What do you?
But purely coincidental that I'm Josh, but I'm not gay. I'm straight. Well, some people wish I was gay because, they fantasize about me and shit, which is kind of creepy. But hey, it's this thing looks pretty beast. I figured I'll break it in with some 7 Seas Royal Blend pipe tobacco. This is good pipe tobacco, man. This shit's really strong.
It's like a cookie tin from his grandma.
I've had this tin for about a month now, and it's still got a little bit left in it. Plenty left in it, actually. And the bowl here is not too big, so a little bit won't take much to fill her up. Challenge for tobacco. So, because I was watching a marijuana documentary on the Netflix, and it said people with Asperger's qualify for medical marijuana. I'm like, say what now? My condition allows me to smoke pot in states where it's friendly. I love Asperger's. I love having Asperger's. I never smoked out of a meerschaum pipe before, but I always liked the way they look, especially ones with the cobra heads on them. So this would be a nice little quick hitter, I guess. This is probably the tiniest pipe I've smoked out of as far as tobacco goes. It actually feels pretty nice. My knuckle here, it's like, ah.
I'm just waiting to snowboard, man. I got hooked up with fucking Smoking Jay, which is Jay Quentin. He used to ride for LibTech. And just going to do some traveling, man. Hopefully compete in nationals this year, you know.
Takes the edge out of it.
Trying to get off in 19 days, so I'm stoked. Work at Sheet Metal Specialties. And I don't know, just fucking broke up with a girlfriend. So I'm spitting trash, and I'm going to go to probably Old Chicago's and drink some beer later. Maybe go to the bar. Fucking have a good time.
That's usually what gets people to break up with each other, because they're cool when they have their space, but then you put them together and you start getting more personal with the relationship, and then you find out just how annoying that person can be.
But she's just a super bitch, dude. So hopefully they fucking send her to jail and she loses.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And you get caught, it's $500 fine on the spot, no ifs, ands, or buts. And so people are like, okay, let's keep Tahoe clean. Don't want to be wasting that money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yep. I'm tired of walking. I'm doing some traffic. Oh, God. Yeah,
I'm tired of walking.
Can I sniff fucking coke off the paper?
Yeah, some guy was driving by while waiting for you guys. This fucking faggot at me and drives off.
Told you that?
Yeah, some guy just drove by told me
If
that.
people fuck around and get hit. What is it?
So I took him off and pulled up my knife and I'm like, what? You know?
Don't be whipping your knife out on nobody, dude. The cops are coming.
Hey, it's cool. Let's just roll now. I've been on probation for 18 months, dude. I'm done in 19 days. I'm gonna go from them fucking lights. No attention, dude. I got a fine on me.
Yeah, this is so well done. Oh yeah, that's another thing about like Wyoming and all these oil areas. There's just refineries everywhere, man.
Back the fender off. This thing is a piece of shit. Oh. We're at Safeway. This ain't very safe. This is the unsafe way. Fuck it. Yeah, right choice and right job. Get some.
He's wearing the classic zombie shirt. I love that. So he was still in his first apartment, obviously. His first apartment.
How's it going, Stephanie?
Good. That was pretty good today.
Yeah.
Friday.
I had a nasty bike crash again. Yeah.
I had that same phone.
Scraped my knee, but I'm all right. Yeah. Hey, Stephanie, you're in the documentary right now. Say hi. How's Jack?
This morning, I left my phone in the cafeteria.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, luckily one of KP turned it into town.
That's good.
I had that same shitty flip phone, man. I think the smartphone. I had a smartphone back in like 2007. Back when I first started trucking, I had like internet access and everything. It was before the iPhone, even the Windows Samsung. It was slick, man. Before the iPhone, right? But then I just got like a flip phone, basic shit. And then when I went out west, I got like just a basic flip phone. So I had like a 701 number for North Dakota. So I could get work in the oil fields, which I did. and I don't know, just funny to be a Luddite with this shitty phone.
You didn't lose your talking device. Device.
Summer just got an iPhone 4 because her dad got the iPhone 5.
This is so well done. I love it. It's so good.
Another day in Casper. My friend Emma, who has Asperger's too, she was like, "Hey, my friend Stephanie really likes you. She wants to get to know you." And I'm like, "Okay, this hasn't happened in a long time. I don't know. A chick just openly admits that she likes me because I'm weird like that." But and so I'm like, "All right, I'll talk to her." You know, we end up talking, and I took her out to the SAC at the Job Corps, which is basically the pool hall, place and pool. She asked to go out. You know, she talked to me and stuff, and then it's like, okay, you know, I'll give it a shot, see where it goes, you know. And I asked her out and play some pool, and we've been girlfriend and boyfriend ever since. But we've had it easy because it's yes coming out of a bathroom or out of some place secretive and shit. And people were like pretty impressed by that because, you know, that's a terrible offense. But they fucking turned me from Job Corps for pot use, man. Oh, fucking awesome. But the first time we were in arts and crafts, you know, doing some stuff, I start rubbing her thigh and going a little more risque with it, you know, through her pants, you know, and she's just like, and then I start nibbling on her earlobe, you know, affectionately and shit, and that drove her fucking wild. And I had no experience with sex or anything like that, but I had my theories and they work. We ended up going to the forest by Job Corps, and she gave me a hand job, and I was like, holy shit. And then I went down and started licking that pussy good, you know, and all on her tits and shit. And it's fucking nice, dude. Yeah. Well, we've been wanting to do that kind of thing, you know, for a while now. And we just had trouble, you know, because we were both frustrated because there's too many fucking staff on Job Corps, blah, 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 whatever. So we managed to stick into the girls' bathroom at the SAC and do it there. The pool hall at Job Corps.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And holy crap. I actually got it in, and holy shit, I lasted like 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Oh, I had it on my iPod, man. Like, I lost it, but yeah, I filmed it, you know, to prove to myself that I can accomplish some things with my life, you know. Some people are like, oh, it's your first time. You're not going to last very long. I'm like, bullshit. I lost a lot longer than I thought it was going to last, but it felt fucking amazing. Like, you ever heard of a tit job, right? It's basically where a chick jacks your dick off with her tits. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I've had that happen a couple times. Fucking amazing, dude. Come on, suck my dick. I should, you know, she swallowed. Your cum tastes like. She said it tasted like cigarettes and whatever else. We haven't gotten that far yet, but wouldn't mind taking a trip down to Spencer's and getting some bondage shit and experimenting with that. Yeah, ball gags, whips, hot candles, red candles. Yeah. A tip from me to you: if you're gonna have sex with someone, man, if she says, "Do me like this," do it like that. Don't be like, you know. Pay attention and learn that shit, because if you get her off more than one occasion, dude, it's not gonna be like you feel studly. No, she's gonna be like, oh yes, if it was like last time, fuck yes. a little lesson in woman anatomy, the vagina. It's not as complicated.
Isn't it weird to hear him talk so goddamn fast? You can't even understand he can't even get out what he wants to say. Relatable. To like later years when he's like, like he sounds like Frankenstein. Like it's just so sad. I don't know. So sad, I guess. I don't know.
Complicated as people are making it out to be. You got the clitoris, which is that bean shaped thing on the outside, and then you got her G-spot, which is legendary in its mystery, but really it's not that hard to find. If you are inside her and you feel what feels like a warm walnut shell, that's her G-spot. And if you get both those two at the same time, oh my god. This one time we were having sex, we were hyped up on Rockstar, like energy drinks, like legitly, and
fuck yeah.
I went down on her several times. I could not come for the life of me. It was pissing me off, but I think it's because of the Rockstar caffeine. I could not. I was like, oh my god! So I went down on her, and I think we spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours at it, and I could not fucking come. And she tried her hardest to get me to come too. And I'm like, I cannot do it. I'm sorry. She's like, that's okay. I'm like, are you good on your orgasms and whatnot? She goes, yeah. I'm like, well, that's all I care about, Well, I know when she's having an orgasm.
So all those cylindrical buildings in the background, those are like oil refine where they I don't know if it's where they store the crude oil or the refined oil. I don't know that much about the industry, but I worked in it for quite a bit. But yeah, we even had that around where like I grew up as a kid in Michigan. But yeah, out west, oil everywhere.
Orgasm because she twitches like a Parkinson's patient. She kind of shakes a little bit and her leg kind of twitches a little bit. Okay, you're twitching. She goes, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, I'm giving her an orgasm. Beginner's luck, more like beginner's fuck. Yeah, I don't even know how I know I'm doing. I just guessed, and my guesswork pays off. And I'm not her first boyfriend. I'm her first girlfriend, so it's the first time for both of us. I'll give her a heads up so it doesn't like shock her, Okay, so before I met Stephanie, a while back, and I actually liked it. Like eating grapefruit with sugar and all that. And normally, after so many years of rejection, it's on the one-time chance I did actually care. And the thought occurred to me, can I make this into a vagina? So I ate all the grapefruit out. I poked a hole in the middle of it and stuck it on my dick, wrapped around, and jerked off with it. Wet, cold, and slimy. About like fucking a dead chick. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't know. But my roommate's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, look, I had sex with the grapefruit. He's like, what? Fucking Saunders, man. I'm like, okay, look, I won't do it again. It's just, it's all good, dude. I'm like, okay, cool. So I threw it away. And then somehow the whole campus found out about it. Because I sell Job Corps. It's kind of like high school in that aspect. So, and at first I'm like, this kind of pisses me off. People give me shit about it. So instead, I decided to make jokes about it. Like, good day for this. Sounds so good and juicy. Just random shit like that. And people are like, oh, this guy, it's funny as hell, I started doing my dances and shit and randomly in the sack when they're playing shitty music I don't like, it's shit like that people like, hey, Saunders is fucking crazy. He's funny as hell. Oh, yeah, and then it's going to get to him now. So, fucking grapefruit. The crazy life of the King Cobra. And it's like, after I had sex a couple times, it's like, well, that's the big deal about sex. That's, it's a good thing to have in the moment, but really it's not the world's biggest issue in life right now. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, it mellowed me out a little bit. And the crazy thing too is I'll be working at Wendy's, man, have my coworkers hit on me too, or not like hit on me, legit, like, subtext hit on me. If that makes all of a sudden every chick wants to fuck me. Like, I'm not saying literally. It just, it seems like that sometimes. It's like, okay, wow. And that's gonna be funny too, is when I make it big and I'm on stage playing concerts and stuff, and I'm on MTV and all these chicks that reject me are gonna go, holy crap, I knew that guy. He used to stalk me. What the fuck? I mean, yeah, there's been times, at one point, because of my disorder, it really complicated my social life. Well, my dad, he means well, but he's kind of a kid. He likes to joke around a lot. But with advice on women, I had to figure that out on my own. I chose to anyway. And I'm 21 now. I'm starting to get a picture of it. But my dad would be like, oh, Josh, you're like so-and-so, smoochy face, shit like that. And that's how dads are, but that really pissed me off. You know, I didn't care for that because especially when those girls were rejecting me on top of that, I was kind of like taking
21. This man passed away at 34. I cannot believe just literally over a decade how much of a study he is, and just hard drinking, hard smoking, terrible diet, right? What you can do, right? And after this is over, I need to remind myself to go into, people are saying it was like liver failure. That's like the obvious thing. But the thing about liver failure is like, yeah, you can smoke a liver pretty quickly. There are certainly alcoholics that like died in their 20s because they started drinking when they're in their teens and they smoked their liver by the, that certainly happens, and is also genetics, of course. But I think we're gonna go into a thread I saved where a lot of people were like, it might have been appendicitis, which scares me because I still have my appendix too, right? So I need to be aware of that because that could very easily happen to me. And guess what? It's very preventable. You just need to get help immediately. And I don't want to like, I don't know, like how vocal was Josh to his dad? You know, because his dad was his lifeline. His dad was his safety net. How soon did Clint know about his issues? Because I remember just like last week, King Cobra Josh was talking about like his having pains in his side. He was like, you know what? I'm not gonna drink because I got pains in my side, and like I've been there, man, where maybe I'm going a little too hard on the booze, and it's like I gotta cool it. And for me, I think it was more about my weight issues back in the day when I used to be really heavy. I used to be like 245. The heaviest I ever got was 270, and I would always have like pains on my ribs and stuff. But I think that was just because of weight. It wasn't because like internally I was like rusting away my organs with booze. But in his case, maybe it was. But anyway, you know, it's like this might have been preventable. And I think because Josh's stubbornness, even with Puff, remember the bearded dragon? It's like the thing's going into like seizures and stuff, and he's like, yeah, just ride it out, Puff, you'll be all right. It's like, no, when your animals are having issues, you got to take them to the vet immediately. You might even have to do it like that night. I mean, it's expensive, sure, but it's like sometimes you got to do it. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going.
shit on my face, metaphorically speaking. So I when my dad was around, I went like shit just to show I don't like women when I really do. And then as soon as my dad left, I'm like, hey, ladies, what's up? You know, and they're like, nah, fuck you, little creep. I'm like, oh boy, I just screwed myself. And it's been balled up with me for a number of years. And I finally let my dad know that, what happened and how I felt about it. And my dad was like, well, I had no idea, you know. And I think for a while it's because of those situations I've hated women and my dad as well. But you know, I'm trying to get over it. You know, I don't hate women by any means now. You know, it's just I just had to come to terms with my disorder and realize that what's done is done. You know, I just think, you know, if, like I'm visiting a town or some shit, and I happened to run into one of these ex-high school crushes of mine and be like, oh, this is awkward. Hi, Josh, how are you? Oh, hi, so-and-so. Yeah, I love those crazy things to you, man, especially in my experience. It's like some kind of fucking drug that just fucks with your head, you know? Oh, last go I had a crush on before I met Stephanie. Miss Blue Diamonds in the Mist. That was some crazy shit, man. I'll tell you what, that was, wow. She liked to ride Harleys, you know, and she was kind of that badass biker babe, you know, type, you know, and very attractive, just intense, like silver blue eyes, just grab at your soul, man. And then after she left Job Corps, I was a complete mess. Yeah, she graduated the program in 3 months flat, fastest completer ever. Yeah. Oh crap, she's gone. What am I gonna do now? You know, and then I just have a repeating thing for you, Josh. You gotta realize that this shit's never gonna happen. So I gave up, and then Job Corps being the way it is, it was very stressful and all that. And I attempted suicide with the guitar string. I had one slipped knotted around my neck. One of my roommates came in and stopped me, and then like a month later, I met Stephanie. So that's funny how life goes sometimes, you know, ups and downs. It wasn't my first time attempting suicide, and certainly it wasn't my last either. I've tried stabbing myself. I've tried cutting my wrists. I've tried strangling myself. I've tried choking myself out. You know, if I really want to do it, I probably had a more effective method like swallowing poison or taking a gun to my head, but I don't have a gun, so. And, you know, at this point, it's like, okay, you know, if I'm feeling depressed, there's a way around it. You know, I'm not going to trust the drug companies, obviously, but, you know, it's one of the reasons why I drink so much. You know, it helps level up my depression a little bit.
Amen, brother. Also, I will say that, like, being neurodivergent, we handle alcohol completely different. It shakes the dopamine loose from your brain way easier.
Past haunt me. I say fuck them and keep walking down this road of empty railroad track. Because my mind, ever more open and expand like an empty railroad track. Just keep walking. Nothing to do but talk and just keep walking. Living life one day at a time.
Hell yeah. But yeah, being neurodivergent means you have a dopamine deficiency. So alcohol is the cheapest way to fucking shake it loose. Hell yeah. I mean, like that first beer is like, fuck yeah, I feel good, man. Fuck yeah, dude.
Things when I do work out, I'm a little faster than the average man. Yeah, that's a little trait I inherited from my gymnast and my father. I know this, you know, area, you know, Evansville's got like that rib restaurant over there, the bar, and there's trailers all over the place. So it's just a nice little subdivision of Casper. You know, it's something through the woods of Casper, mountain range, deranged, pain. Start the shit and I'll take a fart and piss. Sit there and diss on me. Fuck on me. I say, fuck on you, fucking guy. Oh, yeah.
$2012. That's so funny. I moved out to Billings, Montana in 2014. But yeah, like YouTube definitely fed me this dude's algorithm. I knew about this guy way back in the day, and it like I thought he was an interesting guy and stuff. Like, but yeah, like years later, I reconnected with him because of Seizure Robots material and bite-sized vids.
Josh Saunders. I have autism. I'm making the best of life. Legalize weed.
Super. Super.
Oh. Okay, so that's that. So I wanted to go into excuse me. I gotta stop this coffee because it gives me the burps. No, I've been meaning to because another thing that I've been hearing, and I think most people would commonly say, like, oh, he was an alcoholic, so therefore, he died of liver failure would be the obvious culprit. But you can smoke a liver, right? But I don't think liver failure happens in like a week. I think it's a slower decline, much like kidneys. Like I feel like kidneys and livers are the same. Like they'll pass away. Like, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but appendicitis is classically appendicitis. An appendix rupture, therefore creating like sepsis in the blood, toxic shock happens much more quickly, like 2 to 3 days. And I remember, I think I've already mentioned this, King Cobra talking about having pains on his side, and he wasn't going to drink, and then somebody like DoorDashed him a bunch of vodka, and of course, he drank. Anyway, okay, I thought this thread was pretty informative about that. And I did see his last Facebook video, and I will say I saw the bulge where the distal part of your liver would be, I guess. But still, like, how do you? I guess I don't know enough, but I feel like an appendicitis would be more of a ticking time bomb, right? For what happened to him. So I'm going to share this Reddit thread thing. Let's go, and then we'll end the stream. In light of Josh's passing, I'm sure many of us have seen mentions of a certain parcel Josh received earlier in the week. Given the sender's history with flagging content on various platforms, it may be wise to avoid making any claims about said individuals causing Josh's death. At the very least, I think it would be best to wait until we receive word on the autopsy findings before we point fingers to prevent the sub being flagged / reported. Clint did say that they're going to do an autopsy, so they'll find the cause if it was something nefarious, but likely it was his lifestyle catching up to him. True. The boy slurped margarine and butter constantly, ate nothing but fast food, high sodium sugary drinks, and drank alcohol like crazy. True. At the end of it, he was filling half glass with cheap booze and something to sweeten it with. You can pickle yourself for a while with some moderation, but he just didn't have any self-control when it came to drinking, and that amount of abuse for so long is a death sentence. True. Very true. But like I said, it was so sudden. I mean, like, I feel like he would have complained for a longer amount of time if it was a liver or kidneys. his kidney bulging in that last video is insane. Not hard to believe it was purely his doing. Oh, and kidneys are in your back. I don't know. Your kidneys aren't visible from the front. That was just his ribs. I don't know. From what I saw, like there was like a bulge on the right side. Was it flipped or left side? There was a noticeable. It was not symmetrical. So there was something going on there. Clint said possible appendicitis, which would match well to his symptoms. I agree. I feel like liver cirrhosis, he would have been complaining more often down the line in the past, right? I feel like it was very sudden. I feel like just last week he was like complaining about pains, right? So I don't know, just speculation. That would make sense. Yeah, often appendicitis leads to sepsis and ultimately organ failure when not dealt with urgently. Yeah, my brother, this is so common, like, and you'll see it throughout this thread if you check it out. It's just like so many people, like, they almost died. It's like, don't avoid stuff that's happening in your guts, man. Gas, sure, it's just gas, but like pains in your guts, bad news, bro. Bad news bears. Some are saying it was food poisoning. He ate one of those tacky chicken sandwiches from Wendy's that was sitting outside his trailer in the heat for 3 days. He went live the next day for a bit and complained he was really ill and liquid coming out of every orifice. Who knows? That's true. I think that was the same video where he was talking about pains and stuff, but yeah, that's how it's making me think, man. Is food poisoning lethal sometimes? It must be sometimes. But I don't know. He would often eat food that was improperly kept, so to speak. So I don't know. Like the running joke with Josh was always like he was a total garbage gut. He could just like eat anything and be fine. So I don't know. Like I feel like definitely some people are more sensitive to that kind of stuff, but maybe who knows? Maybe that was it. But I don't know. I'm going with appendicitis. But we will find out if his autopsy is released. I will bet he based on what you just said, his appendix burst and he wrote it out. It kills you. Yeah, I don't know. All right, that's about it. I think I'm going to check out because it's pretty late and this has gone on long enough. But I don't know, man. Rest in peace. I really sympathize with this guy, as flawed as he was. And I was hoping for more. And I'm definitely on the boat of people that wanted the redemption arc, right? Whatever that would have been. But clearly when he moved into that trailer, which again, why Clint called it an apartment in the video where he announced it, and also the Oil City News article called it his apartment. I don't know what that's about. That's what made me think it was a troll from the beginning. But I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, this might be the last video I do about Josh. I was hoping to do more, but I don't know. All right.